mean, looking through life, at life through the lens of a kid, I didn't actually appreciate them as obstacles. But yeah, growing up on the streets of New York with little parental supervision, that constituted an obstacle in itself. I had been separated by my mother. She was single at the time she gave birth to me. And then shortly after I was born, she was institutionalized at the Brooklyn State Hospital. When I was actually in foster care, I had no concept that that's what that was. I was too young. I mean, I left foster care when I was 5 years old. Meeting and living with my adoptive parents made a deep impression, because from the first day I was adopted in November 1942, I have strong memories of my adoptive parents. My mother took me on a lot of activities, seeing the sights of New York. No one could see the future, and she died only 5 years after I was adopted. But I have so many memories there, and the bonding was so intense that I actually feel that it was I had spent a lifetime with my adoptive mother. Then I was raised by my father as a single parent. He was very uncomfortable and insecure about his role as a single father trying to raise a 9-year-old kid on the streets of New York. Yeah, it was then, while I was in the Army overseas, my father, in fact, did pass away.
I was born on the island of Jamaica, where I lived mostly with my mother. Shortly after I was born, my father migrated here to the United States. So I lived with my mother until I was the age of 8 years old. My mom and we had several discussions about coming here to the United States because of the opportunities that would have been afforded to me. My mom was really all I knew. My father would visit, but not as often, and he lived here, I lived there, so we didn't have that kind of relationship as I did with my mom. So the thought of leaving my mom was hard, but she convinced me that it would be the best thing for me. If my father showed any type of interest in me, then that would cause conflict in the home. So there would be times when he wants to go out as a family, and my stepmother would say, well, I'm not going if he goes. And I'm like, well, okay, I'll stay home. And I took a lot of physical beatings, extension cords. My father was a mechanic. He would hit me with hose from his car. My stepmother would punch me, kick me, curse at me, call me names, anything you could think of. I endured for about 8 years. School was one of my outlets. It was school, church, and my grandfather. So anytime he felt like he wanted to punish me, that's what he took from me. A week I couldn't go to school. A couple days I couldn't go to school. I couldn't go to church. I couldn't call my grandfather. So he took what he knew that I loved. I grabbed a couple bags. I put as much as I could put in there, and I left. That was the last day that I saw my father. That was the last day that I was there, and I had no plans of where to go. Coming into foster care, there was the idea that you're going to be taken away from your family, and I think, like I said, I think that's one of the greatest strengths about this agency. I didn't feel as if they tried to take you from their family. They more tried to, keep you in contact with your family, though they understand that it's maybe not possible for you to still live with them. But they embodied the idea of parenting. Like, it was just like, okay, I left my main family, right? Which would have been ideal. Everybody would love to stay with their family, but that wasn't my reality. But I didn't feel as if I lost a family. I felt as if I gained another one.
After 3 years in the Army, I was able to use the skill that I was taught to then work for the government in a related field in the Department of Defense, where I spent the next 47 years. Met my wife, and we had our children. And I think that, yeah, they wouldn't have come about if some small decision had been made, or some small choice had been made in another direction. And then continuing that, then I wouldn't have the grandchildren that I have, whom we consider as the the culmination of our lives.
When I entered foster care, I had not been able to see my mother from the age of 8 until I was about 21 years old. And the agency actually helped me buy a ticket to go to Jamaica to see my mother. And Jerry was one of the main persons that was spearheading that campaign. The agency, as I said, also took us on college tours. They helped us through the application process. They helped me get into school, register for school, financial aid. So I embraced it all, and I don't think I could have been where I am right now if it wasn't for MercyFirst.
I'm indebted to some of these decisions that I'm not even aware of. They were made by Angel Guardian over 72 years ago.
MercyFirst itself I felt as if has been embedded in me. MercyFirst is a part of me. And no matter where in this world I go, or no matter where life takes me, I will always be a part of MercyFirst. MercyFirst will always be my home.